would like to greet all of you, all my community, because I'm really proud of you, because you are the intelligent ones, you are the courageous ones that are working on the ascension path. Because this is not just about awakening, this is about ascension out of the matrix. At one point of time, people were talking about awakening. Okay, it's a great thing when a person goes through spiritual awakening, but that's the starting point. That is the starting point. Once you're awake, you can't live in this level of reality which we call the 3D matrix. Okay, you have to ascend out of it, and then the journey begins of activating your Kundalini, then activating your 12 strand DNA, your Merkaba, and all of that. Okay, so this is a journey beyond awakening. This is a journey of ascension. All right. So today I want to share a little bit about twin flames and Kundalini. My Kundalini was activated actually in 2010, back in 2010, when there was a Jupiter transit over my Rahu Ketu axis. Okay, it was activated much before I met my twin. I think it was activated 8 years before I met my twin. Yeah. So that was the first activation when Kundalini rose. It did not rise fully. The process began. Okay. Then in 2012, again I had quite a major activation. Okay. Then in 2018, I met my twin. And at the end of 2019, I had my full activation, which was the complete Kundalini activation up to the crown chakra and the Merkaba activation, which means my soul was liberated because I was the spiritual twin and I was always in the 5D level. The only reason I was in the 3D matrix was because of the divine masculine karma. So in the matrix twin and spiritual twin connection, you're basically carrying the divine masculine karma, and the entire process is about healing the shadow masculine. Okay, it's not so much about healing the shadow feminine, because you are the spiritual twin already, you are holding the priestess template already, you are in that level of purity already. Okay, so the only reason you manifest as shadow feminine is the codependency, is the imbalance of the masculine. Okay, the masculine karma. Okay, and yet you are the shadow feminine as long as you have not healed the entire masculine karma. So my process was done in 2019. My Kundalini awakened. So now I want to share a little bit about what it is, okay, to go through this Kundalini process. Okay, and I will share a little bit only, because what I'm sharing is very important. So once you activate your Kundalini, the process of chakra merge occurs. Okay, and then there is another process called the soul merge, but the soul merge actually refers to the entire process which involves the chakra merge. Okay, but specifically soul merge refers to the last part of the journey where the third eye balances, and the third eye opens. Okay, third eye and crown chakra balance, combine, open. Okay, and that is like the full embodiment of the Merkaba, the full embodiment, the full embodiment of the 5D masculine. Okay, and the divine masculine or the matrix twin, especially the matrix twin, only transforms at the end. Okay, when you've completely embodied the Merkaba. Okay, at the end. Okay, so while the chakra merge is going on, you will not see any changes in your DM. Okay, if it's a matrix twin flame connection, and if it is not a matrix twin flame connection, it's a different twin flame connection, then you're probably going to see the growth. Okay, so it's like both of you grow kind of simultaneously and then purge, separate, then again come back together. Okay, and grow together. Okay, separate, again then come back, like that. So it is like growth, okay, then separation, then more growth, that kind of pattern. But in the matrix twin flame, it's not like that. It's not like that. So it's like just growth, ascension, until you reach the third eye, and then the matrix twin awakens at the end. Okay, and then you see the growth in him. Okay, so that said, the most important part that I want to share in this video for you is that once the Kundalini rises within you, okay, and the chakra merge happens. So when the chakras merge, like root chakra merges, then sacral chakra merges, solar plexus merges, heart chakra merges, okay, and then Kundalini is rising, okay. So Kundalini stays risen in those chakras, okay. Now, for whatever reason, if the Kundalini falls, if you have too many blockages, okay, or some psychic attacks happen and blockages are created in your system, so for whatever reason, okay, if your Kundalini falls down, then that's a terrible state, okay, because literally you are ascending to a higher dimension, and then when the Kundalini falls, it's a state of separation consciousness, okay, because the chakras are merging, okay, they are merged also, they are one up to a certain level. For example, the chakra merge has taken place till the heart chakra level, and the work is going on the heart chakra level. So the merge is in process, and at this point, if the Kundalini falls, again you come into the separation consciousness. It doesn't mean that the merge that has taken place is now separated. No, once the chakras merge, they merge, but the Kundalini is missing, right? And it will take some more time for it to rise up again back to that same level. So in the process, in the event, if the Kundalini does fall, then it's a very bad state. Okay? It's a very psychologically depressive state. It's a very depressive state. It's a very sad state. It's a very risky state. Okay, because literally you have ascended up to a certain dimensional level, provided the Kundalini stays there. But when the Kundalini falls, you literally fall down the dimension. So imagine that. Okay, imagine that. And to me, that is a really dreadful experience. Okay, it is like getting some health disease or something like that. Okay, because my Kundalini was rising, and because the karmic baggage in my higher heart chakra was very high, because at this point I'm clearing the twins karma, my twins karma, and the karma basically comes in through your system through the higher heart chakra, because that is where your twin resides. You know, when the union is complete, the higher heart is the place where your twin resides inside your body. Okay, so when the Kundalini fell, the symptoms that I experienced, I'm sharing them with you, was like I was sweating. I was completely sweating. I was in a state of anxiety. I was disoriented. Okay, I was having a depression. I was not able to be in my normal state of mind. Okay, and reality was turning negative around me. Okay, so all these are the symptoms of what happens when Kundalini drops. Because as I'm going to title my video, without Kundalini there is death. Okay, so Kundalini is life, and no Kundalini is death. And this is more so for twin flames. Okay, because as you know, twin flames are two halves of one soul. Alright. So when they separate, it is death. It is death. So the divine masculine is living in the death realm, and the divine feminine is also living in the death realm. Okay, so it is literally death. It is literally the shadows. It's literally the underworld. Okay, in astrology we see the sign Scorpio as the underworld, which is the 8th house. So it's literally the 8th house energy. Okay, and when you ascend, that is the 12th house energy, which is Pisces, 12th house, which is the soul matrix, higher dimensions. And 12th house can manifest negatively also, but mostly it is the realm of the soul. Mostly we can access the higher dimensions from the 12th house, and we access the lower dimensions from the 8th house. Okay? So when the Kundalini drops for whatever reason, we experience descension into the underworld, into the 8th house, into the scorpionic realm. Okay, so this is terrible, because literally it's like the symptoms that I was having is like if you have a very bad cold and and then you're taking like antibiotics for 3 days. So you've taken an antibiotic course for 3 days. Maybe it's for cold, maybe for some kind of an infection, whatever. And suddenly the antibodies drain your energy so much, and you start sweating. Like your body falls cold, you start sweating, your mind is foggy, you lose the enthusiasm. Okay, so all these kinds of symptoms occur when Kundalini drops, because the chakras have merged now up to whatever level that the merge has taken place, and you are more like one being up to whatever the merge has happened, or whatever level the merge has occurred. You're one being, and the Kundalini needs to be there nourishing the system. Okay, so if the Kundalini drops, okay, the system is asking for energy but not getting it. Okay, and that is the result. All the symptoms will manifest. Okay, and a lot of psychic attacks happen on the Kundalini via the karmic drop, which is via the ancestral karma that already exists in the subtle bodies. Okay, so I want to tell you that those who are on the Kundalini ascension journey, you really need to be careful regarding this phase. Okay, and the situation is such that the karmic blockage is completely mind control. They control your mental, emotional, body fields. Okay, so there is not much that you can do in this case. Okay, the only person who can do something is Kundalini itself, the Adi Shakti itself. Okay, so the Adi Shakti is the one who will clear the blockages in your system. Okay, and at that moment, she's the hero. You're not the hero, because your system is hijacked by the karmic blockages. Okay, your system is essentially hijacked. So it's only the Kundalini that can give you that kind of a freedom. Or if you have a guru, the guru can help you out with this, like an enlightened guru. The guru can raise your Shakti. Alright? The guru can raise your Shakti, and with the powers that the guru has, they can also heal your chakra blockages and stuff like that. Okay, but I wanted to share that this is a really terrible phase. It's like you don't have appetite for food. You drink water, but it doesn't taste like water. You're sweating cold, like you've taken antibiotics. You are in anxiety. You are feeling like you are in a completely different world. Okay, and you are. Okay, because when Kundalini rises, you feel the samadhi. Okay, and you feel the vertigo. Okay, so you get this sense of spinning, which is your Markava spinning, which is your toroidal fluid spinning, because we need the Kundalini to rise up and go through the left, right brain hemisphere, circulate, and then go down back into the root chakra and rise up. So this creates the torus field, and the center of the torus field is the heart chakra, or the higher heart chakra. Both these chakras together are the center of the torus field. Okay, so this is basically the power. The Kundalini is the power that fuels the Markava, vehicle, which takes you higher up in the dimensions. Okay, you can go to any dimension with your Markava, to higher dimensions, to lower dimensions as well. But the system has to be strong. There shouldn't be any energetic leakages. There shouldn't be any faults. Okay. So I was just explaining one of the incidents that happened during the Kundalini ascension journey. Okay, and this is something that you really need to be careful about. And this is why people say in the community, protect your energy, protect your energy. Okay, the right environment, the right people, the right foods, the right thoughts. Okay, staying in control of your day as much as possible, because until the soul merge happens, you really need to be working extra on this process, and you need to be protecting your energy. Okay, so this is what I have to share with you today. If you like this video, please give it a like, share it, subscribe to my channel. You can book a session with me, you can commission a portrait commission with me, and you can donate to my channel also if you like that. Alright, so I will sign off for now and see you again next time. And congrats to all of you for choosing to walk the ascension path, even though this is a really tough path. Bye for now.